fine with letting you talk to them, but kind of be respectful. This may be the first time that some of them have ever experienced death. And that was obvious to me last night when we had a team meeting that there was some that really didn't know how to handle it. You know, I think right now the most important part of what we're doing is our team. And normalcy, as much as it could be, needs to be in place, and that's what we're trying to do. You know, we as a staff were conscious last night as to how that meeting went, and it was, you know, it was obvious to me that there was a lot of kids that were in pain. And today we had a weightlifting session, 4 or 5 of them this morning, that I hit probably 4 of the 5, and I was real encouraged that our players were trying to be on point. Now, given that, they're still hurting. It was a very somber atmosphere this morning, and you know, as we go through meetings this afternoon and getting back on the practice, we didn't practice yesterday, and ironic enough, not sure that our administration even knows this, but at about the time of his death, there was a big old rainbow sitting right out there, and one of our coaches got a shot of it, and we showed that to the team last night. But you know, Robert, why is Robert, why is he so important to our team? And I'm going to say our campus community. This guy hadn't been with us for 3 semesters, 2 semesters in this fall. But he's got a smile on his face. Everybody's important to him. He's energetic. He's enthusiastic. He plays hard. And he might be the smallest guy on the team. And he's very generous with himself in terms of being himself. You'll see him dancing on the field. You'll see him joking around, and then all of a sudden, when it comes time to line up and play, then he gets serious about it. So he gets it, and he may be the most popular kid that we have on the team, and he's only been here 2 semesters. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why our team is taking it so hard, is because of how popular he is. You know, our mission and goal is to honor him, and kids have done, I mean, without even talking about adversity or even discussing what we can do, they've, a couple things that we're doing, we've actually done 4 things that I can think of. One, we're starting practice with a different routine in honor of Robert. We're ending practice in a different way in honoring Robert. This is all kids generated. We've got some of these hashtag, some of the kids went and bought some of these and are selling them for a couple bucks, and then giving the proceeds. They'll probably put it in that GoFundMe, the proceeds. That's pretty cool. Some of the players are designed a shirt in honor of Robert. And then our players actually started a memorial vigil tomorrow night, along with the campus. And I think that's pretty, as young as we are, those are some pretty mature things done by a bunch of group of kids. So I'm pretty proud of the way we're handling this. Questions?
Do you know around what time the vigil came on?
I think it's 9:30, and they're not site to be determined because there's uncertainty of rain, and so
we're hoping to have the soccer game over so the soccer players can participate. We're trying to get as many students at it's an unusual time for people who go to bed earlier, but for students it's right in the middle of their day, and we think it'll be a good time for them to turn out.
Can you go back to when you were recruiting Robert, and what attracted you to him, and what was your first meeting like with him, or what made you want to bring him to Wichita?
you know, I can't remember the meeting exactly. I can remember the film, the video, and how athletic he was, how quick he was, how undersized he was. And the comment that was Coach Herron, our offensive line coach and run game coordinator, is actually the coach at recruiting from Hightower High School. The comment that was made by him through others, other college coaches, was, we'd like to take this guy at Division I, but he's too short. And so when we got him here, he's still too short. And, for a freshman to come in and play as a true freshman a year ago, he was a co-starter. We opened up. Let's tell you how courageous he is and how determined he is and what a competitor he is. We opened up the season with him as our punt return guy. Now and kickoff return guy. Over DeAndre Black, who's made all conferences, is a returner. So he was the guy right away because of his athleticism and how sure-handed he was. And then he made a couple poor judgments, and we made a change. And he handled that okay. It wasn't, he didn't go in the corner and pout. He just said, okay, kept going. And he's a guy that's got 9 lives. I mean, as small as he was always beat up and bruised, but never missed a practice. He always finished what he was doing. And I think that, again, is why the players respected him so much, because he's got so much fire about him. But anyway, a kid off his team went to Bowling Green, and the coach said, I'd rather take Robert, but my head coach won't let me take him because he's too small. So that sticks in my mind more than anything else. Any other questions?
Not having a game this week, does that make things easier, harder, not having something to immediately?
I've never done this before, so like I told the coaches last night, and probably I told the team last night, this is new territory for a lot of us. If you had a game, practices probably wouldn't be very good, yet they may be able to bounce back a little bit quicker. I know this is that as we go through, we didn't practice yesterday. We ran only on Monday. Today will be the first day that they've been out there and actually doing something. We've shortened practice a little bit to try to make it crisper. It may be the best thing going, but when we have to be able to finalize, let our players grieve, because that's part of the healing process. I think as we mourn and grieve together, I think a lot of the kids mentioned as I've been passing meetings this afternoon that, they're better this afternoon than they were this morning. Getting out on that field, I've always felt like that was a safe haven for all of our issues off the field. And I don't know how you measure something like that, but, all of our energies have got to be put into Robert, and the practices, we're only going to practice today and tomorrow anyway, and give them off Friday afternoon and Saturday and Sunday. So we'll be able to put all that to rest Saturday night and be able to come back Monday, and at that point in time we've got to get back to real normalcy. Anybody else?
I know you described Robert, but are you able to tell me what his major was? What was he trying to study?
That's a good question.
It was general business.
General business.
General business. And everybody who talks about Robert talks about the impact of his personality. And so one of the things we're worried about are the kids who sit next to him in class, the professors who taught him. So while it's a huge loss to the team, it's really important for a healing time for the whole community. And I'd just like to personally thank everyone who's here today for the sensitivity with which you have covered this. It is our number one attention is for the family and for their healing, and then for the campus community's healing, and I think you've contributed to that, and I thank you. So thanks for coming out today, and we'll be keeping you informed of next steps. Thank you.